Wow, that's been a while, hasn't it? Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer and welcome to, well, let's say a bit of an update vlog. Currently Friday, February 21st of 2020. Happy 2020. I know I am way too late, but oh well. Also, I'm now 36 years old. A really old bastard. Shut up, phone! Okay, nothing too important. Anyway, it has been quite a while since the last time I sat down and did a vlog. I'm actually also live streaming at the moment, but I thought I'd start out with a little vlog first, because there's not a lot to talk about really, but there's still things that I want to get off my chest. First, let's update on the situation. Roadifest 2 on September 21st, 2019. It was nowhere near as successful as Roadifest 1. Um, as such, that I've decided that if I'm ever going to host another Roadifest, I'm definitely looking for another place because the pub that I went to kind of screwed me over, kind of screwed the bands over. I got a lot of complaints from the bands and from some people in the audience regarding to how the finances were set up and such, to a point that I just don't want to work together with this pub anymore. Um, and after that, I just decided like I'm gonna take a break, if not completely quit Roadifest. It's a fun idea. It definitely has potential, but compared to Roadifest 1, we didn't even have half as many people on Roadifest 2. So I understand that it also depends on what kind of bands you bring in, and uh, what the place you do with that. If the place already has a bad reputation, people might actually boycott the place and not come to your little event, which apparently might have happened. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look for a new place if I even want to continue. Um, Enough Roadifest. Roadie business itself has picked up again. 2019 was a very quiet year, but so far 2020 seems to promise quite a lot of gigs. Sadly, the lead singer of Morphigore has left the band, though Morphigore is still going to continue. As a matter of fact, they do have a performance somewhere at the end of March, but it's going to be a four-man band rather than a five-man band, and both the bass player and one of the guitar players are going to do the vocals. So need to see how that works out. Yeah, it's negative doomy time for a little bit. Don't worry, Packy. Like I said, I'm also streaming. Pack is just saying something in the chat. Don't have the chat on screen because for a vlog that's not really important. Normally I record vlogs without live streams, so don't care. Um, yeah, well, Holland Fire's got a couple of shows. They're actually heading to England in April. Sadly, I won't be able to join them because I would have loved to, but work, other stuff. Um, but yeah, they're really picking up the pace. They actually released their second EP, Pillars of Lies. I have it, obviously. Sounds good. I've also been roadieing for Degenerate, the one that was supposed to perform at Roadiefest 2, but wasn't able to make it. I have their album too, Devastation Ahead. Really good album, really solid. And I also bought a CD of Nordjavel, which I saw at the Victory during Belfagor, Nordjavel, Suffocation, God Dethroned, and another unknown band to me. But Nordjavel is definitely my style. So those are the three new CD purchases of this year thus far. Uh, so yeah, that's also a thing. I've been buying CDs now. I actually got a couple CDs last year as well. But yeah, let's quickly have a gander on what's go. Probably nothing too important. Oh, okay. Nothing too important as I expected. So yeah, just busy. Work is also very busy. After the summer vacation, work started to pick up. The getting closer to the end of the year at my current job is the busiest time of year, to a point where in November I actually had a week where I started Monday at 8:30, which is my normal time, and I only left work at 8 p.m. The next day I had to start at 7:30 in the morning, and that night I only left work at 8:30 p.m. So that was a day of 11 hours plus a day of 13 hours back to back. And the next day I already had to start at 7:30 again. Luckily that day did end at 5, which is the normal time. But I amassed quite a lot of overtime, and sadly I don't get paid overtime. We do the time for time principle, so every we use 15-minute increments. So let's say every half hour that I work overtime, I can compensate at a different time. So for instance, today, the 21st, I still had accumulated 45 minutes of overtime, but since I know that on this upcoming Monday I have to start half an hour earlier, so 8 a.m. sharp, um, I asked to my colleague, like, could I leave today at 4 instead of 5, and that was perfectly possible. So by Monday I will be 20 15 minutes in the plus again. Right now I'm 15 minutes in the minus, but that doesn't matter. But I've actually taken a total of 2 days off just to compensate my overtime. I've accumulated that much, and that's basically how it works. Also, if I were to take overtime or like leave earlier a couple days in a row, and I end up like a total of -8 hours, then I'm gonna have to sacrifice one of my vacation days for that. So I prefer to keep my vacation days and then work overtime a little extra so I can add one more vacation day than to have to sacrifice it. But either way, November was just excruciatingly busy. Now it's been getting a little quiet again, but it's been picking up, it's been dropping down. It's like all over the place, especially with one of my colleagues now being on vacation again. So, yeah, streaming wise, having worked like long days, uh, irregular schedule. What time do I have to start? Do I have to start at 6 in the morning? Happens from time to time, or at 7, 8, or anywhere in between. Uh, Depending on when I'm done in the day, 5, 4, maybe 6, 7. Also very varied. There's no real. I can't really schedule a stream anymore, and also a severe lack of energy because after long days I'm just super tired. Even after some short days, I'm super tired. For instance, a funny example: a couple months ago, on a Friday, I was supposed to go to a concert in Leiden for Hollowed Fire. But despite the fact that I was allowed to leave an hour earlier, I sat on my couch, was watching something on YouTube, and I fell asleep. And at some point, I got a message on Facebook Messenger saying, like, hey, dude, where are you? They're about to start. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's like 5:30. What do you mean they're about to start? And then I looked at the time. It was 10:30 already. Oops. So yeah, I did miss that little concert, but oh well. I've seen Hall at Fire plenty of times, and I'm gonna see them plenty of times because I really support that band. They're worth checking out. So yeah, just being tired, sometimes falling asleep on the couch, just long days of work. They all take a toll, and streaming is one of the things that I have to sacrifice. And some other days, honestly, just don't feel like streaming anymore. Which takes me to the next point. I don't know if I'm going to continue streaming much longer. I've been neglecting YouTube. I've been neglecting streams. Um, it's just no more fun for me. Especially, I'm currently in the lobby of Mental Omega, as I'm gonna do that after I'm done recording this vlog. Um, there's not even 50 people online. Some people are in game already. I hope to get a couple games going, but I don't know. Um, yeah, it's just like the viewership is lacking, the player base is lacking. Every time I'm available, my own time is lacking, my motivation is lacking. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna continue. So be grateful for all of the streams that I will do, and just respect my choice if I don't stream. That's all I ask. However, though I have been neglecting YouTube quite a bit, I have been streaming a little bit on New Year's Day, the first week of the new year. I have been streaming another playthrough of Red Alert 2. I'm still waiting on a very special Red Alert 2 mod project, and that's kind of the thing that I definitely want to stream. If the remaster for Red Alert is a success, do you think they'll do a Red Alert 2 remaster? Do you think it will be popular? Well, I'm actually hoping that they'll do a Red Alert 2 remaster. Of course, they also should do a Tiberian Sun remaster. Um, and given that they're doing Tiberian Dawn and Red Alert at the same time, I guess it only makes sense that they will do a Tiberian Dawn and Red Alert 2 remaster at the same time as well. That remains to be seen. Is it going to be popular? Well, it all depends on how popular the original remasters are going to be, of course. But one can be hopeful. Still, we're talking about EA. EA is disappointing. EA is shit. So it all depends on how they're going to approach things, how their after release monetization is going to be, because we're still talking about EA. But this is really not the kind of stuff that I want to get into, especially not now. But yeah, like I said, going back to the topic at hand, there's a Red Alert 2 mod coming up that I'm really looking forward to. Sadly, the guy's in university, so he doesn't have a lot of time to mod. But I am a beta tester for it. I have actively tested that quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to it. People have been asking it. It's called the Flipped Missions. Look it up on mod database. But yeah, I definitely want to stream that for you guys. I want to upload that to YouTube, but it all depends on when that happens. Also, I've been neglecting Contra. While the patch 2 for 009 final has been released months ago, I haven't even touched it. Also, Rise of Dreads, well, SWRnet is still down. While there has been some development in the background, we actually have seen a slight return of somebody missing in action for months, if not, well, I think over 1.5 years now. But there may or may not be some progress with that. I'm not gonna go into that yet until more things are certain. Otherwise, what I have been doing besides the Red Alert 2 stream, I've done a game called Academia School Simulator. It is kind of like Prison Architect, but instead of building a prison, you're building a school. And it is very early access. There's a lot of potential for it, but right now, I'd say wait. Don't get it yet, or yar har har it, so to say. But right now, it's not really worth it. I failed the first two attempts. The third attempt, I did succeed, but after 3 in-game school years, I was already done. It was like there's nothing more that this game has to offer at this current stage that would be interesting enough to continue investing time in this. So also, that's also one of the reasons I didn't upload it to YouTube, because it's not really worth it at the moment. I mean, go look up some playthroughs on YouTube. Charlie Pryor has a great one, but his second playthrough, you can just see his motivation and his will to continue diminish after the second half of his playthrough. And I felt the same way after the third year in game that was successful. I was just like, there's nothing more that I can do, really. So I got bored with it and I stopped. I've also been playing some GTA 5 on my Discord. I have been streaming it, just talking to people, relaxing. Those are pretty much the only things that I've done in game, streaming wise, game wise. I've streamed it twice on Twitch already. Once actually during my birthday, but nobody was present for my birthday, so oh well. And that is it. Then we're here today on the 21st of February. So, I think I've been holding this bottle opener in my hand for quite a bit. I'm gonna open a bottle of beer. I'm gonna say, som vi säger I Sverige, skål. And I'll see you whenever. I'm actually gonna be streaming this. I'm gonna be uploading this because I'm gonna be chatting to people on my Discord. Um, Hopefully, I can get a couple of games of Mental Omega going, and I will see you whenever.